Do not become slave to your emotions. Do not become slave to anger. Do not become slave to self. Anger is an emotion that overcomes and floods the mind with confusion and rage. Once you understand the source of your anger and the source of your problems and the source of that rage, and you begin to dissect what it is that's making you feel this way and making you express yourself in this demeanor, then you become more at peace with yourself and you become more controlled. You become more conscious, because the emotion of anger clouds the mind and clouds your judgment. It makes you say things that maybe you don't mean. It makes you say things that you don't feel. It makes you feel a way that you don't like to feel. And anger is something that is sparked through multiple things. It's an emotion that can be sparked by the most simple things. For some people, it sparks from the smallest things. And for others, they have more control of it. But the majority of people don't have a conscious understanding and controlling demeanor when it comes to the emotion of anger, because it is such a powerful one that one who understands how to control it and one who understands what it is, that they're really at peace with themselves. And the reason why anger is such a big and powerful emotion is because it sparks through ego. It could spark through ego, and it sparks through ego. And through ego is where a lot of things come into play that don't necessarily align with how to live a peaceful life, because the ego also clouds your mind as well. It makes you think you're somebody you're not. It makes you feel like you're somebody you're not. And it orchestrates a lot of emotions for other, ways of living or ways of feeling. But anger is something that is within every and all of us. Everyone has anger. Everyone has things that spark this emotion. And the reason why you shouldn't give into it and give into the rage is because, honestly, if you really think about it, you're not doing no harm to anyone else but yourself. Because this emotion of anger is poisoning. It can really poison the mind of an individual and poison the life of an individual and others. It's like a virus. You could be feeling a certain way and something could tick you off, causing that anger and that emotion of anger to release, almost like a dopamine. And when it releases, you have a choice. Either you keep it to yourself, or you have an outburst because you can't hold it in anymore, that you explode with all this emotion of anger that you've been stored up within you. So you have two choices. Either you let it go, understand what is happening, understand where this is coming from, understand how you can cope with it, or you can explode and affect everyone else, but more importantly, affect yourself. How to control your anger is something that, personally, I work on it. I've worked on it. I would say that I'm better at controlling my anger and how I feel from previous years. It's something I've practiced on in a couple months, and almost actually 2 years I've been practicing it. How to control your anger and how to control your emotions comes down to a really bliss and peaceful way of thinking. It comes with practice, but that's with everything, And when you understand that anger is something that just passes, and it's something that isn't as big as you're making it to be, you realize that you're really mad for no reason. You cloud yourself with all this anger and all these emotions of hate and rage that you end up losing yourself in the moment of climax. You end up exploding. And with that damage that you're causing to yourself, like I said earlier, spreads. It spreads amongst others, and it gives others a representation of how they should view you, or they begin to judge you. Based off these emotions that you're feeling, they begin to judge you, and they begin to put you in a class of however they see you fit. And that's all because of anger. Those who are the angriest are the saddest. Those who are the angriest are the saddest. Maybe it may be somebody external. Maybe it may be external forces causing you to have this anger. Maybe it may be internal. That's all up to you to find out. Understand and dissect your life. Dissect your life. See what's causing all these problems, all these emotions that don't serve you anything. See what it is that's making you have these emotions and making you think this way. Once you understand that, then you'll be set. I don't think that anger is something that can be completely diminished, but I think that it is something that can be muted. I think that it is an emotion that can be controlled and an emotion that can be more subdued. I think people look at it with a blind eye. When they become angry and they have this emotion, a lot of people turn blind to it. They act on it. They act on it with like a snap. It happens and they lose themselves. And sometimes you say things in the emotion that you don't mean to say. You say these things that you don't mean. You say these things that you know may affect somebody. But you don't realize that until after you're out of that state of anger. You don't realize all the things that you've said until you're out of it, which makes you kind of have a regret. It makes you kind of think like, was it really necessary? Was it? If you ever find yourself to have these emotions, just dissect yourself. Dissect the situation. Release yourself. Go outside, go do something. Get your head out of that state of being. Get your mind somewhere more relaxed and at peace and at ease. And begin to find the source and origin of these problems. And I think that when you do that, you'll be more at peace with yourself. If you practice that way of living and you practice that way of being, you become almost like a Buddha in a sense, almost like a monk. So just live your life and be more conscious when it comes to your emotions. Understand that you're the master of yourself. You are not the slave to yourself. When you control your emotions, you become the master of yourself. Nothing else. Thank you. If you're having a good day, keep having a good day. If the sun has just risen, have a great day. Have a great experience. If the night has just fallen, have a good night. And I hope you have some dreams. It's been me, and peace.